It looks so dark. Shine on me. Hey, yo, what's up? I am so late. I know. Good evening. Sorry I'm late. I had a long day at work. A long day at work. And I was in the middle of filming and I just lost track of time. Cooking dinner still. Life is lifing. Life is lifing. But we made it. Clap it, you know. Hey. We made. How you doing, Robotech? But yeah, life was life. I ran into some last minute troubles and situations at work, and then had to make it back here to the crib. Weekend went well. Weekend went great. Got to see some of y'all this weekend. I think it was Friday night. Friday night we was in this joint for almost 6 hours, trying to get the code and everything to work, and that went really well. We got a lot of como se dice, we got a lot of the bugs, and we still have a list here. We say we have the sorting. We need to flip the sorting. We need to fix the print statements, fix the countdown, counting out of sync, and then I think Kieran wanted to help with the unit testing for one of those things, but we ran out of time. It just 6 hours in, it just got to be too much. But ultimately, we were able to get a lot of stuff done, so we are grateful for that. Other than that, how you guys been? Make sure you're supporting. Let's make sure we're joining the race. Let's make sure we are in the party for the place. I'm trying out a new camera angle. I was filming from this camera angle and I really enjoyed it. Normally I'm used to my camera being up there, but like now I feel like we're not like eye level, but we're like the eye level we would probably be in like real life. Like you're probably like a foot shorter than me, so like this is how I normally talk to people all day, and I don't know, something very comforting about it. I don't want you to think I'm looking down on you, but I am looking down to see you. And we'll try and be productive. All right, we're going to talk about the WordPress thing. It is pretty old, but it's not old enough for me not like, it's old in the sense that motherfuckers ain't talking about it no more, but it is truly fascinating to me how things have spiraled out of control with that. And then also, there's a part of me that very much feels like there's some lessons we need to take from this as far as open source is concerned. Like everyone loves open source, and open source is so cool until the emperor decides to take his damn clothes off. Then what you gonna do? Right? Proofling Tom. Thanks for the follow. But shout out to y'all for making it, even though I was late. Um, I'll make it up to you guys. Hopefully, we can finish. Get some decent coding in, and then fix 2 of the bugs on the list, and then we can seriously start thinking about when we want to have our celebration stream. Um, that'd be prime right there. All right, let's talk about the good, the bad. Oh shit, wrong button. Wrong button. You can tell I'm tired. I'm ready to log off and everything. Ooh, it's kind of dark over here. Only lights up one half of my face. Did you guys know I was on Reddit? Well, if you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, now you know. All right, excellent. Where's my code at, though? Okay, that's my... All right, we're not far from it. Okay. Oh, when I sit up, it cuts my head off. But then you can't see my cool shirt. That's the whole reason why I made this perspective. But also I did it to make sure my posture is being done correctly. Ooh. All right. Oh wait, actually before we start this, let's go here. Let's go here. We'll do it at the beginning and we'll do it at the end. Because I need more practice with this, honestly. Yeah, because I need a little bit more practice with this, so we'll get the practice in now. Nice. Nice. Can I reach? I can't reach. Okay. I got my little sign up there. This is gonna be como se dice, one of my first ever sponsor stream, and I'd like to just take a second to, I guess, take an appreciation. Not enough people like take time to like really examine their W's because everyone's on this super grind set, trying to make it, trying to do it. But then when you do get the opportunity to like sit back and like kind of take it all in, because what you're doing to make it day in and day out does deserve to be celebrated. You do deserve to be recognized for the strong work that you're doing. You do deserve to be celebrated. And I don't know if anyone's told you that. So if no one's told you, let a perfect stranger be the one to tell you. But I would like to start off by saying thank you so much to my sponsor, Zest. Uh, they reached out to me a few weeks ago actually, and it's just been a really super great process of getting to know the company, getting to know what they stand for, and really identifying what I am into as a person. And for the longest, we get back from a long, busy work day. You're tired, you don't have the energy, and like you'll literally catch me yawning on stream. And for the past at least 2 weeks now, I've been using their new Super Berry Samba green tea, which is their energy booster. It comes with 135 milligrams of caffeine and L-theanine, which stops you from crashing or having those weird jitters. And it's a tea based because I don't really like super sugary energy drinks, or as you guys know, I don't drink coffee because then it increases your potassium, and you never want to have shaky hands whenever you're doing surgery. It's not a good look to have shaky hands, so we avoid coffee traditionally. But while drinking this for the past 2 weeks, I've noticed immediately that I have a lot more energy and mental focus where I usually have to take naps. You guys know I like going to the morgue and taking my naps because it's cold in the basement. People are afraid of the morgue because dead bodies are down there. But more importantly, it's quiet and no one will find me when I'm taking my naps. And I've noticed that I could avoid that aspect of it. It's pretty great. So to know that I don't have to sleep in the morgue because of Zest Super Berry Zamba green tea is super nice. I've been taking it. I'm not supposed to be drinking it right now because I'm going to be up for like another 160 hours, but I'm on call, so it's fine. But the thing that I want to stress to you guys is that they have reached out. They asked me to, give them a shout out. So if you're interested in trying it, don't worry, you're in luck. You can get 20 to 40% off subscriptions and selected items using that link. There's a bunch of other great teas. They have the canned versions. You can drink this cold, hot, whatever you prefer. But what I was really aiming to get with this is a spectrum of things. And I got a bunch of stuff back there that I'll be talking about individually as the time comes. But the one that I felt like resonated the most with my stream for sure was having the energy, getting the motivation. Part of having motivation is getting the energy. So Zest got you covered, at least as far as that's concerned. But all that being said, go ahead, check it out. Like I said, you can get 20% off for using my link. Or if you're about to check out and you're like, oh my goodness, I forgot Hero's link, don't worry. You can use Coding with Strangers, all one word, Coding with Strangers. Don't make me spell it. You can put that in the checkout box and you'll still get the same great deal. Just let them know a stranger sent you, all right? Clap that. Clap that. That's a real-time on-air read. Y'all ain't never seen nothing like that. Y'all ain't never seen nothing like that. That's first take. We did it live, baby. First take. We did that shit live. Whoops. Hey, watch out, stranger. And my boy on there. First take. We did it live, baby. First take. Super Berry Samba green tea. And if you watch the video I posted today on YouTube, you can see the formal ad read that I put out for it. Super funny. I'll be putting out a short for it later. Coding with Strangers. Yo, what up, JK? TV Josh. Dinero. Who owe you money? All right, now we can go to the main show. Oh, we doing gravy, baby. We are doing gravy, baby. All right, here we go. My microphone's a lot closer than I traditionally like it. I can't see my screen. I wish I had, or my microphone was on this side. How much would I benefit from having my PC on this side? That would be harder. Or may I? It could travel. It could travel. It could sit right here. But then, I mean, this wouldn't, or I could just switch my main computers. But then when I'm looking at the screen, it would look like I'm looking off screen. That's why I like having it here. Or I could just mirror myself. But then I don't think you could. No, if I mirror myself, then the words will show up backwards. What is a boy to do? All right, let's talk about it. TV. Let me know when I'm turning off the alerts. I'm putting you in charge, TV. Let me know when to turn it back on when we're done. All right, here we go. I'm gonna keep it real. There's too many people in the world that just don't know how to put their phones down. Clap it. The world would be such a better place if some people just learned how to put down their phone. How you guys doing? My name is Hero. This is Coding with Strangers, and I want to talk about something. If you are a person of the internet, especially of the internet and its drama, you are probably familiar with WordPress. And I have something I want to admit here. I know of WordPress, but I've never directly come into contact with it, even though it's a brand of company that people have used to make multi-million-dollar facilitated jobs off of it, and the things that it's willing to do, and the fact that it impacts about 43% of all internet websites. Websites are built on WordPress. People's blogs, from what we'll find out here, people's whole entire livelihood were built off of WordPress. And your ability to navigate WordPress really speaks to your ability to make money or create content on the internet. It's your outlet. It's your form of doing that. One of the great things about WordPress, as what we'll come to find out, is that it's an open source project. And open source projects are probably the lifeblood of the internet. Open source basically means it's free to use for anybody, whether you're an individual, a company, a startup, new, old, whoever you are, whatever you are, as far as you're following the regulations stated by the guidelines. And one of those regulations is that you have to pay them. It's considered open source. And there are different levels and tiers to open source. There are rules and regulations. There are actually laws that go into this. But for the most part, you can think of open source as a very rudimentary, you can use it. And for the people who are coming here or don't know, I'm not gonna dive headfirst into the nitty gritty technical aspects of this. You don't come here for that. You come here for my opinions on the nuanced of situations, and I try and give nuanced opinions on them. And one of the nuanced opinions on this, and what you have to know about WordPress, is that their owner, who is Matt, basically was pushed. No, before he was pushed, this person, Matt, wasn't feeling appreciated. Let's just call this what it is. This person, Matt, wasn't feeling appreciated, and there's an old African adage, proverbial phrase about the boy that burnt down the village. They talk about how if you don't give appreciation and warmth and love to a child, he will burn down a village in order to feel the warmth of something. And the thing that, the thing that's crazy about it, a lot of people will then try to to give the child warmth and love after they've committed their first act of sin, but by then it's already too late. Your warmth will never equal the heat of his enemies, right? So to reverse something like that is going to require a lot of work. So I say all this to say, when someone presents themselves, especially in today's day and age where just acknowledging you're wrong could literally break people's mental faculties. Like, people just do not have the mental facilities to handle debates on the internet anymore. Wise conversations. Like, people can't do it without wanting to fight. We covered a story here a few weeks ago about a dude who was playing on a server that was shutting down in 2 days, and his arch rival from 4 states south of him wouldn't log off to just let the kid play in peace. He kept beating him, and he beat him so many times that he booked a flight and went to his house to go hammer his head in. We're talking about a video game that was going offline for the rest of his life, and all he wanted to do was win a game. And those actions and those responses aren't normal. But also, there is a part of me that feels like I get where this individual is coming from. I understand wholeheartedly where Matt is coming from. Matt's execution is what's wrong, right? It's the Thanos effect. Do you remember how many psychopaths back in the day when the Endgame was happening? Like, yeah, Thanos has a good point. Thanos has a good point. No, Thanos doesn't. Thanos had a real life problem. He had the tools to multiply everything by 2, 3, 4. But Thanos didn't want to solve a problem. Thanos wanted to make people suffer the way he suffered when he told people about this problem and they ignored him. Thanos wanted to be heard, so he snapped to make sure everyone was quiet. But I don't really want to bore you guys with the whole entire history of what happened. So I found this useful Reddit post that talks about it, and it basically explains it in under 5 minutes, which is great. And this was the head one. I really loved it. It got to the point, and I think it covers it all. And maybe we'll read a few more if we need to. Maybe we'll cover a few more if we need to. Explain me the WordPress drama like I'm 5. That's adorable. Can someone explain exactly what is going on? Are we doomed? Is it time to switch to SMTH else? So I'm assuming that's something. Oh, that's literally something. Wow, this person's internet grammar is amazing. This person, David Fry, and I'm assuming that David Fry is cool because he says he's a developer, and we like, we mess with developers. Clap it up. We like developers. A lot of open source program languages have one person that runs things. For WordPress, that person's name is Matt. We've confirmed that. And he is one of the co-founders. While we've all thought of this as a community project, Matt has a company called Automatics and a nonprofit that play key roles. So Automatic is a nonprofit. And basically with nonprofits, such as like this, you can trademark things and you can charge people for your trademarks, but nonprofits are 503Cs, so they get taxed differently. They get resources and accommodations differently. For him to have made WordPress this multi-conglomerate project and not be taxing folks, this is the thing was, but essentially the theory of nonprofits was to be that they're not in it for the money, they're in it for the service. But you can go out, for instance, a lot of nonprofit companies are OPOs, organ procurement companies, but they make a profit. Their CEOs rank in the monks of 5 million salaries. Carrying on, there are many companies that specialize in hosting WordPress sites, and Automatic is one of them. One of their biggest competitors is WP Engines. So that would be WP Engines. So WP standing for WordPress. Automatic holds the trademark for WordPress, but everyone has been allowed to use WP in their branding. The way the law works is if you don't defend your trademark, it can be difficult to enforce in the future. And I know this to be true because as a person who owns several trademarks, I do have to enforce them. And even in my enforcement clause, I have to make mention of, like, say for example, coding with strangers, the stranger. I trademarked the stranger, but every time, say for example, someone makes fan art, do I send them a cease and desist order? No. The idea is that parody and things of those natures can do that as long as it's not being done in a bad faith to harm, or can be perceived at night. It could even be, it doesn't even have to, it doesn't matter if it's bad faith, as long as it can't be perceived as harming the brand. Someone making fan art for me wouldn't be perceived as harming the brand. Now, if someone wanted to make a channel and say coding with thieves, and they just they took stranger and just turned his scrubs green and made it a TV set instead of a computer monitor, like, then I could be like, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's a little, don't you think that's a little strange, Your Honor? But once again, it's the onus is on you to enforce it. So you have to be vigilant. You have to enforce it. And the thing that's kind of wild about this is before the enforcement of this started happening, they quietly changed that the WP is now trademarked and they own the rights to it. So this WP engine, they are while they probably couldn't win the trademark lawsuit against WP Engine, they were hoping to pressure WP Engine into paying 8% of revenue to Automatic. So they wanted 8% of their revenue, 8% off the top for being able to use WP Engine. And let's make no qualms here about it. Matt doesn't like WP Engine, if this couldn't be easily deciphered. Matt has a vendetta, and he's using his company to enforce this vendetta. Matt is mad because his company doesn't get the same beneficial treatment that, say, a for-profit company gets. So Matt puts in all this blood, sweat, and tears to make his system work and his team. Great. Then here comes this other company out of left field who essentially does the same thing but puts in less work, contributes less time. They don't come back and tell them about things that they've updated or changed to their code because, once again, it's open source. You can take it and do whatever you want with it. But Matt doesn't like the fact that a company can use his, it's basically like this. Matt doesn't like the fact that he, like in Dragon Ball Z Sparking, you both using the same character, but he's better with the character than you are. This is your main character, but he's better with it. So it can't be your main character. You gotta give that shit up. Matt's mad he's getting beat on his home field in his own house. His mama's making dinner for the both of y'all, but you're losing to your friend. Matt wasn't feeling appreciated. He wasn't feeling the love. And I'm not even going to sit here and make a qualm and think that, like, maybe Matt is hurting for money. WordPress, once again, is one of the biggest platforms on the internet that's used to make multiple people's livelihoods on the internet. But Matt either doesn't have friends that could tell him or talk to him. And I watched a video about how a person named Theo, who's pretty big in our space, and I think I've seen him on Primogen stream before. Theo was reaching out to this individual, and I'm gonna be completely honest here. The way Theo was reaching out, not to impose that I know what their relationship is like, I'm gonna assume that their relationship is a 6 out of 10. The way he was reaching out would have made me not want to respond in kind. Even if I was being bullheaded and that's how you chose to air me out and talk about me, and your sentiment is that I am your friend, it doesn't give friend vibes. So it's very much so this is a situation where a person has dug themselves in and they're doubling down, and the reason why they're doing it is because they don't know, no one is willing to extend an olive branch of understanding. Everyone's trying to extend the olive branch of trying to make him change and stop what he's doing. uh, when someone doesn't feel loved and appreciated, they're gonna crash out. Did I turn off the stove? Hold on, let me go make sure my house isn't burning down. All right, good news is the stove was off, but the oven was on. I felt like the it was warmer in here than it needed to be. This ain't the old days where you used to have to warm the house with your oven. Them days are over with. Oh, the Jets were playing the Bills. I gotta rewatch that game. All right, where were we? But yeah, um, and now that and once again, I like I said, I'm not familiar with their relationship. I'm pretty sure Theo had every good intention of coming off as a friend, but yelling at somebody, and I don't know. There's something about airing your grievances out in public, washing your laundry in public that I just don't agree to. So maybe that's the part that I find off putting, and maybe that's just the dynamic of their relationship. I don't know. But if that was me, I would have felt like this person didn't have my best interests at heart. And with that being said, the question becomes, what is the best interest here? Who is the winner? Who's the loser? And who's going to get hurt the most in this? And then in this three dynamic, we have WordPress, which is Matt. We have the users, people like me and you. And then we have a company that is taking advantage, and I don't mean that in the demonstratory way, but doing what open source is designed to be done. Take something and improve on it. And if you choose to make money on it, so be it, right? There are different classifications you could put on your open source projects if you trademark them. But this really begs the question, do we need to make some changes to the way we conduct open source projects for users, for owners, and for people who want to use proprietary information and technology in the future? Do we need to change that language? Do open source projects need to have scopes surrounding them. Not to say that they don't already have it, but do we need to start really considering that for projects that have ballooned into these mastodon projects that could wipe out someone's whole entire livelihood, or 43% of the internet, if they choose to, right? So first things first, we'll talk about Matt, because whether we like it, whether you like it or not, I empathize with Matt. I know what it feels like to not be appreciated, or to feel like someone's using your gambit to make more and do more with them, with your potential opportunities. The one reason why I can't fully agree with Matt is because, he used the guise of open source, and a lot of people use the guise of open source to make their a name for themselves or get their start in the industry. It's the reason why I was able to start programming, and I'll keep it 110%. All my Adobe shit and all that's for the birds. I mean, I paid for it once, and I'm using that same copy to the death of me. You feel me? They're not gonna get no extra money from me. And the thing that Matt needs to realize is that with that open source moniker, you left yourself vulnerable. There was nothing stopping Matt from taking another approach or another idea and making that for profit and going to be the businessman he wanted to be. But when you decided to go the open source route, you left yourself vulnerable to bigger, smarter, faster, stronger companies coming in and taking that swoop from underneath you. And that's what happened. That's what happens. But moreover than that, when we have projects that have scaled and ballooned to this size, such as WordPress, this is why it's so important for them to have board of directors. Board of directors are so important to have. I have a company of only 2 people, and I have a board of directors. And it's not so much, and they don't even know they're board of directors, but they are. One day I'll pay them. But the reason why you want a board of directors is because you want to be able to make sure the mission statement of your company doesn't get lost in the business jargon. Your board of directors are designed to keep your company afloat, and whatever that is. Now, there are board of directors for-profit companies who understand their only objective is to gain profit. But for nonprofit companies, you can literally say, what do we care about and how do we maintain that? And that's what your board of directors focus on, making sure that the primary mission and objective of the company is solving. It helps you do that. And usually, in large part, my board of directors come in to tell me, am I handling my brand appropriately? For example, when I first took on my first sponsor, Zest, shout out to Zest, clap it up for Zest. Shout out Zest. When I first took my first sponsor, that wasn't the first person to approach me. I had hundreds of other sponsors approach me, but my board of directors decided which one would be best for brand integrity. Brand integrity wasn't being thought of here. All the goodwill and good faith that WordPress has brought upon itself has literally been snapped away. Second Thanos reference. And moreover than that, the second issue here is having a PR, or who is the face of your company. Every company of this size and magnitude needs a PR. You should have a head of communication, someone who deals with all outside communication. There is no reason why the CEO of a company why is the CEO of a company talking to 2 people on the internet? I believe he had and I'm not saying that this is wrong, but he was talking to Primogen, and while he was talking to the Primogen, it was very clear that he was not in a good mental space. Or at least he wasn't adequately prepared to handle conversation on this topic. He was still very emotional. He was still very raw, and you could hear the spite in his voice. And good on Primogen for trying to constantly steer the direction where he didn't sound like Lex Luthor, balding. But damn it, pull your hair out, dude. You were sounding like a villain, Matt. And then every day since the lawsuit that has come from WP Engines to stop the defamations, he has been tweeting through it, blocking people, preemptively blocking anyone who likes a comment or a thread on the Reddit to it. Like he's tweeting through it. And I'll tell you this from experience. Hey, the best piece of advice when you think you're probably in the wrong, or most likely when you're in the wrong, is yo, just shut up. Don't say a word. Time will heal all wounds. You need some time, Matt. But the face of the company matters. Elon Musk came up on stage 2 days ago to talk about all these cool technologies he has. No one's even remotely thinking what he's saying is true. Furthermore, to push it to the point, the fact that he was at the Tesla thing took attention away from the fact that he landed a spaceship back on the platform it was launched off of, using basically the essentials of catching a fly with chopsticks. That's something Jackie Chan did in The Karate Kid. But we can't even take a second to appreciate that because it's Elon Musk. The face of the company matters. And if the face of the company is known for being a deranged lunatic who will lie and carry a sink into a building that he's prepared to destroy the company of, maybe we don't take him so serious. Maybe we're not going to take him so serious, you know? Who are the real victims of this? And when I was looking up this story, I found that there was 7 people who were literally in shambles on Twitter in the threads asking Matt to reconsider, begging him, pleading with him, because their whole entire company identity runs off of WP engines. And Matt's response wasn't empathy, it wasn't reaching out or trying to figure out how to do things. It was telling them, maybe you need to move your platform over to automatics. He purposely destroyed someone's life just to make a buck off of it. It's called trauma farming. It's called trauma capitalism. It's called a bunch of stuff. But your feigned ignorance has real life disastrous, dilapidated consequences. And I don't know, like, this is the stuff that makes people want to punch you in the face on the internet. That's what they say, right? That's why you get these hateful responses, because your innate inability to empathize with other people as you seek to be understood is the perfect mirror to look at as you try and find the solutions to your problems, Matty boy. But open source needs to change. We need to have rollback protections for open source projects where once they hit a certain threshold of usability and it's understood that the removal of this product would cause inherent damages or change, that is now time capsuled and now stored where people can like you pay like sort of like a patent where you just you hand it over to the government, or you promise to maintain it as a company, but you will not receive anything more for it. It's like when Steamboat Mickey Mouse went into syndication. I can put this Mickey Mouse up on screen now. I could do it. I could put him on the cover. Because he's out of syndication, anyone can use him. Stuff like Winnie the Pooh, same thing, right? When something its derivative has now made a cultural shift, and you've gone the open source route, you got to be willing to give that up to the community. Hey, pour it out to the game. We all take L's to the game. I took L's to the game. Homegirl never called me back. I gave her my best line in the club. My best line at the club. She didn't call me back. You got to take L's. Something we can also steal from the corporate world, a board of directors for companies of this magnitude and stature, just to make sure that the primary focus of the company remains intact. And a lot of people are asking, what is the primary focus, or what should have been the primary focus of this company? And it's quite simply the users. The fact that users have to literally, if you've been doing this for 10 years and this is your livelihood, this is how you make money, this is how you've made. Imagine getting a call from all 150 of your clients saying their WordPress their website is down, or saying that their services aren't working, and your only response to them is, I'm pleading with the owner on Twitter as he's tweeting through it. That's not that level of security and it's the confidence to go out on your own and make your own business, and then for that business to succeed, and then that business to be held on the qualms of the feelings, of the emotional intelligence, of the lack of empathy of a single individual who just wanted to be recognized. That's devastating to hear. So, like I said, this isn't my goal here wasn't to assess whether he's right or wrong. He is wrong. But I understand why he wants to be right. And part of the reason why he'll never be perceived as right in this situation is because, one, he wanted to be the good guy. Two, he was actually the bad guy. And then three, when you say you're doing something for, the people, you better mean that shit, because the people will come get their cut. You feel me? Clap it. But that's just my opinion on this. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Matt, are you watching this? Matt, your redemption arc can start here. Come, let's talk about it. I understand you. As a personal hater, I understand where you're coming from. You hate to see your enemies do better than you, but there's a way we could have done this better. I'm pretty sure of it. Matt, come on to the show. Let's start your redemption arc. Let's start your redemption arc, bro. All right, we're done. All right, we're done. I think Matt has a chance. We could save him. That man, we could say that man. All right. Hey, yo, what up, JD? The destruction of a platform, somewhat the point, I think. I don't think the destruction of his own platform was the purpose. I think it was more, and maybe it is, but you would have been better off selling it. Go public and get an evaluation for owning 43% of the websites on the internet, and get a golden parachute and leave. I think he wanted the notoriety and fame that other companies were getting that he didn't feel he was getting. It's the issue of counting someone else's grass, right? Everybody always talking about, oh, water, your lawn looks so great. No, man, stop looking at my lawn. If you paid attention to your lawn, you would have a great lawn too. But you over here counting my grass, right? You over here counting my grass. It's crazy. And now a bunch of people are suffering because of it. Tons of people are suffering because of it. FYI, I'm on Reddit. And JD, thanks for the gifted sub. Oh no, not gifted, the subscription. Welcome to the Strange Gang, JD. Yeah, let's get this man his notoriety. April O'Neil. All right, let's Let's take a second to look at the code. The code that had us shook on Friday. Never let you go. Oh man, I get to vote on Thursday. This is gonna be great. I should have took my ballot in today, but it was raining. I don't know. It just felt the vibes were off. The vibes were off. Oh, by the way, I got a coffee mug now. Y'all see that shit? I'm real. How do you lubricate your keys? My E key keeps getting stuck. It's a new keyboard. It's a new keyboard though. It's one of those gamer keyboards. I should never bought it. I should never bought it, but there's just so much trash on Amazon now. It's impossible to decipher it all. Sure. All right, we got our music. All right, let's look back at this code. All right, so as it stands now, we gotta flip the sorting of that list, and I think it is just reverse. Can I find my Control F sort? Yeah, reverse. This should make it false. All right, let's see if that list, if that major impacts. I don't know why I thought it would be true. Maybe because in JavaScript I make it go from bottom to top, but in reality it always goes top to bottom. Not priority, lambda, and then Sacha. Okay. I stole this from Stack Overflow too, so I was using their logic to figure it out. Now the second part of this is we need to create go to coding with strangers so we can actually test this. Alright, we'll take this, put this to the side. All right, and before we run that test, let's see, fix the print statements. What's that mean? Yeah. About. All right, let's try and see if we can figure this out. Okay, so we figured out the JSON dumping issue. Alright, so to figure out the printing issue, let's go to where the printing happens. Right. Countdown started, countdown format. If I take this out, that makes the formatted one go blank. Yeah, okay. So we can't do that. Also, can we just return? Formatted time? Yeah. Can we just return the formatted time? Hey, what up, Robo? I thought I saw you in the race. I was like, Robo never joins the race. Willing to provide open source? I think open source is great. Well, I wouldn't say never, but most of the times you enjoy being in the perfect stranger, not in the perfect lurker. But I think you're right. Like, I think open source is great. Open source gave me my opportunity, right? But I think the ego of being an eccentric, front-facing company makes people not take the interest of the company to heart anymore, right? Right? All right, cool. So now that print statement is taken care of. So where's the next one? Start countdown. I have 2 start countdowns? What? How is that possible? Where is it? It's right here. Add time to the counter. Interesting. Okay, so there's that 580. Where's yours? 1800. All right, we're getting rid of the lower. We're getting rid of the lower one. That's interesting. And we also might break this here. So let's go ahead and commit this real quick. Running 2 timers. Not sure why. Making corrections. Hey, Robo, when I tell you, I filmed 3 hours of content, and like the rough cut came out to 3 minutes. It's I forgot. You know what it was? I got really used to the live streaming. I got so used to the live streaming that I forgot how to, like, I had to memorize my lines because I couldn't, like, when I was standing at the door, I realized, oh shit, I can't see the script. And it was just, had to make sure the mic was in good place. The first time I had the mic at the normal volume. So when I was talking in the corner, I was like, why come I can't hear myself? And I was like, oh, the mic's not turned up enough to pick up. Oh, doing it live is a different beast, but dare I say doing it live is easier. Cause I did an ad read at the beginning of I'll do an ad read at the beginning of the stream, and I'll do one before the content, and before I log off for the night, I'll do an ad read. But it was like it was fun, but 2, like I had robust ideas. Like I was gonna do like a whole Super Saiyan thing. I was just like, Hero, you are acting like you are a Hollywood movie executive director. If you don't read these damn lines without stuttering, I really did enjoy the little. I did enjoy the little cheeky fun things I was able to put into it, though. I did enjoy that. Oh yeah, from writing the script to setting up the camera, lighting, sound check, recording, editing, posting, everything. Even if you do it now, right? Even the tag is there, boom. And then having to, go back and talk to them, be like, hey man, I wanna do this, but I can't just ask my community to give me money. You gotta give me a discount to give them. And they're like, well, that'll hurt you. All right. let them buy it. I've never been able to give y'all a discount on anything. And it's actually good. It's actually good. I used it for a week. So I wanted to make sure it was actually good. Hey, no pressure, but you'll be the first one, which is greatly appreciated. Because you can't drink coffee cold. Alright, let's put this on ice. Let's see what happens. Does anything break? Ooh. Start count. Oh, that's because I already have one up here. So we're deleting all of this. Can we? Damn, I got 2 user profiles too? What the fuck? How is this code even working right now? Alright, we're taking all of this. Oh shit, something broke. Users queue. How? You got a product to recommend? So there's 3 that I've tried. So my personal favorite is the Super Samba green tea. So like if you're a person who needs caffeine in the morning, but like coffee is just taking a toll on your body, which I think it does, makes your teeth brown. But like this 135 milligrams of caffeine with L-theanine. So like, a lot of coffee has potassium in it that makes your hands shaky. And it just gives you the jitters. But like this, I've been using it for a week and a half, no jitters. Another one that I really liked was the elderberry citrus. This is the next one I'll be doing a commercial on. And this one's just, I think, really good for immuno support. It comes with a bunch of the elderberries, orange peel, and rose hips. But it comes with like 35 milligrams of, no, 50 milligrams of vitamin C. So like this is perfect for holiday season. A lot of people aren't going to be taking care of themselves. Going to be walking around with the sniffles and stuff like that. Got to protect yourself. Got to protect yourself. So yeah, the elderberry and the Super Samba green tea. Super Samba green tea. It just really depends on what you're looking for. And then there's like one that I'll be using for like sports recovery, hydration, and recovery after a tough day at the gym. But that super berry tastes good. That shit is good. Why don't you recognize this user queue? Oh, did I call it user queue? Okay, yeah, I called it user queue. All right, get fucked. Wait, took time go. Mm-mm. So should I just make all of these? Is this what it is? Coding. What type of code do you spend yourself? You spend yourself writing the most? Back end, front end, web apps, services, games. Probably. I, I I would consider this. I would consider this like probably web app or services. I consider back end more data management. At work, I'm heavily in data manipulation, so I would say at work heavily back end. And no, I got it. I got it. I know it's Monday. It's Monday. Chalk it up to Monday. But I consider this very much so. Yeah, we got the new shot. Got the new shot. About time. Wow. Graham, if you thought I needed to upgrade, you should have just told me. Should have just you could have just told me, Graham. The quality pumps, baby. Quality pumps. I'm a tech architect at the day job. Been stuck in the high level echelons of projects for months, and I'm happy to get back into some code here lately myself. The thing, and you know, that's why I think like maybe I'm not as frustrated at work. I'm not as frustrated. There's a lot of people at work who are very frustrated because they feel like the mundanity of what they do. But when I come home, I literally can do whatever I want. I can program whatever I want. But they burn themselves out doing the mundanity of work at work. But I don't know. And maybe someday I might feel like that. But like I'm probably still so new that like I just want to experience what's going on. Like I just be excited. I'm just happy to be there, type shit. But I hope it never changes. I hope I'm always like, fuck it, we in here. Ooh. Okay, so now we only have one error, and that's start count. can just delete this one. Yep. So now we have both of them. I don't think this refresh token works, so we're gonna delete this too. Yeah, get close. But yeah, and today's our first sponsor stream, so shout out to that. You know, clap it up today. Today's the first of many, hopefully. I've been stuck in hours and hours of meetings last few months, and I can't automate those away. Okay, but I'm gonna say this, and that's what a project manager is for. Project managers should be there. I used to be the technical project manager for one of my positions, and the rule of cool for me was my team doesn't go to meetings. I go to the meetings in their place. And when I go to that meeting, you better have whatever it is I need to curtail or retail to my said person, and I better be able to do it in such a way that you understand what the problem is. Because you just tie people up in these meetings and then no one gets to work. I had a 2-man team, and we literally, like, first 3 hours of their day is spent in meetings. Then you go to lunch. And then, you know, after lunch, everybody catching the itis. That's when I go take naps in the morgue. But like, I have a question. So for data engineers or data architects, what are like some key component skills? Because the data architects on our team don't like doing what the data engineering team does. My role is heavily customer facing. I appreciate that, Ren. I'll make sure I stay healthy for you. It's just the quietest. It's the quietest place to be It's the quietest place to be, and it has AC, so it's great. But I love scripting. The interview I did today was for a competing hospital, and it would be the first job like title I get based off of my skill set of strictly coding. So I'm super excited to see what comes of it. They told me they're looking to fill the position in November, and they caught me off guard today because I thought it was just going to be like a normal conversation, and they came on with the whole questions, and they were just like, so can we have a conversation about data structures? And I was just like, yeah, I guess. And I was like, yeah, we just want to do some whiteboard coding with you. And to my surprise, because that's a term I've heard in process, but I've never really actually put anything. My version of whiteboarding is bringing out the handy dandy drawing pad, right? So when the drawing pad comes out, then that's what we do. So I was like, yeah. So of course I pull out my handy dandy drawing pad, and I plugged it in, and I drew a bunch of squares, and I was like, so this is my thought process on how you want to do this. You need 13 things to be stored, so we're gonna make 4 classes. We're gonna have an object class for the user. We're gonna have an object class for what the user could possibly want. We're gonna have an object class to do the work that the object or the user want, and then the object class for handling how to send it out. Now, all of these things will need contingency plans on what they need from the last person in order to do the forward person. And they're like, what if they start in the middle? We send them to the back because we want to guarantee they have everything they need. What's the point of showing up in the middle if you're not ready for class? If they do pass if they have everything they need, they'll simply be put in as a new user and added to the bottom of the list. And by the time I got to the 4th part, they're like, we've heard everything we need to hear. And I was like, and I literally said out loud, I was like, did I fail that bad? And they were like, no, they were like, no. They all got excited. I was like, I'm just playing. It's so funny when you got people by the balls. I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know I felt that bad. And they're like, no, you did great. You did above and beyond. Actually, we were expecting to do all the talking, and here you are leading the conversation. Like, you were great. I was just like, okay, I'll just play. But the thing that I kind of took away from the conversation is that maybe I'm guilty of this. Maybe I do need to start practicing more of the work skills instead of just waiting to do it at work. Like, I remember back in the day, I used to come back from work and bring my work home. And it, not to say like bring my work home to do work, but like bring my work home to like catch up on it, or because I wasn't fast. But now that I feel like I'm fast enough to do my work in a day, I stopped bringing my work home, and it makes me feel like I'm not spending enough time. So like, moving forward, one thing I'm gonna start doing now, whenever especially with this new position, if it's a complete time, for the first hour of every day, I'm going to strictly spend time articulating the craft of getting better at work-related skills. Right? Getting good at work-related skills. You know? You said my role is heavily customer facing. We have several ERP SaaS offerings, and I oversee the technical side of the various customer projects. They all have project managers as well, but they only oversee the project itself. I feel like, and maybe this is just something that's different in our company, but like when I was a technical product manager for one of our vendor project assignments, I went to the meetings for my team, and then I came back and told the team like, yo, this is what we need to implement. Um, this is the technical aspect of it. What are your perspectives? What do you think? How long do you think this will take? Because, I just wanted to advocate for my boys. For this position, I'll be willing to take a pay cut. I'd take a pay cut for this position. It would give me the ability to be fully remote, so that means I can stream all day, clap it. I wouldn't be as talkative. I'd be in the co-working section. I wouldn't say shit to y'all all damn day. I'd be like Willow, silent streamer extraordinaire. Oh yeah, LinkedIn is still dog water. Where I am at, by the time I brought on to a project, it's usually already been through 1 to 2 years of meetings with sales. Damn, business consultants, yeah. Yeah. Man, do you work at the same place I work? Project managers and other folks, generally the meetings with the customer stakeholders and technical resources to determine how to build the integration between the system that facilitates their workflow and data flow. Yeah, I remember when I got brought onto the meeting, and I was looking at because we actually kept minute notes, notes from each meeting, and I was just looking at the meeting notes, and I was like, does anyone else know, like, like we were having a conversation, and just because I had finished reading up on the history from the project's inception from like three months ago, I was like, we're hashing over the same things we've already discussed in the past. In the past, we came to this conclusion. Why are we changing our minds? And like because we have a new data engineer who's leading everything, so he has a new idea. I was like, oh, okay, okay. JD, you'll probably find that it's well, I feel like you're also a senior engineer. The job hunting hasn't been kind to the mid level and entry level. And I would like I can't deny like I've yeah, mid and lower are in a super rough spot right now. What's up, Minnie? But the yeah, I and you want to something you guys will be proud of me because someone did reach out to me and it was like, hey, we have this great position for you. It's a senior position. I was like, what did you read in my shit that told you I was a senior? And they were just like, oh well, I mean, you have 2 to 3 years of Python experience. I was like, very like I want you to go look at my projects and look at my structure. You can see that the bulk of my structural integrity for my code is happening right now. The best code I'm writing is happening currently right now, and I'm still learning. Yeah, interviewing not being able to interview well is not being able to interview well is actually like just you being lazy. Like it's one thing not to lose to someone because they have skills you don't, but you not being able to interview well is just you being lazy. Seniors can highly variable. There are companies calling anyone who can get deploy a code based senior. This is this is true. This is true. Yeah, but like you're talking, the skill is communication. The skill is your ability to articulate yourself. That's a that's a skill you can build on, and you can build on literally by talking with people you want to or automated tests. But it probably isn't laziness. It's just that fear of failure. And that's another thing, Ren. That's another thing too, because deploying a code base implies like you have to start it up from scratch. I would look at it more so like um, you have a like you're being brought in to maintain some code. Like Jerry's been on the force for 30 years and he's retiring. Hey, you need to figure out how Jerry used to maintain this and make sure that nothing happens. But because to refactor a code base or to update a code base would be diabolical. I'm also in Oklahoma, so our baseline salaries are garbage. Hey, you're not far from Colorado or yeah, Colorado is in there. How do you feel about being part of the 30,000 mile club? Every company that allows for remote is trying to poach our workers because they can pay far less and it still pay bump in local places. Damn, that's true right there. Because the position that I'm going to is not local to me. And I was like, you can't find anyone locally to fill this role, and they were like, no. There's not one. They said there's not a big resource for it, and two, um, they had to move their office to a major city so that when they do have their quarterly meetings that they pay for us to come to, people would actually come to them. And it says it's for them. It's a way of them getting out of the rural areas, which is it's all fine and dandy to me. It's almost been 5 years, but that's the thing that and I don't know. Maybe this is strictly for like pharmaceuticals and medical devices, because medical devices go through heavy startups and we'll start a project to create a service. We'll stop that service because we're needed on another project, and then we'll be told like, hey, we need the back half of this project. Like, what's the front half of this look like? We don't know, but you guys did the back half for this project, so make that same thing and then give it to the team once you're done, and they'll chop off the front and add their part to it. And we were like, that makes no sense. I said that. Maybe it made sense to them, because really all it is just having a landing site where everyone can have an agreed setup for people to gather data from. And then from there, your two individual systems can do two different things. Viramos, what's good, baby? Viramos is on YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. Minnie, I saw you in Chris's stream. I didn't want to bother him. He sounded like he was really interested. He was talking about the insomnia, and I remembered that was the thing that we used to train the perfect lurker. I needed to ask him a question though. What? Hey yo, shout out to Robothon being the first person to purchase from the sponsored link. Appreciate that, Robo. Sleep schedule's pretty bad. Oh, what? The big bad company took it? No. I need to see if I can get an alert for when people buy something from the sponsor. Wait, do they have coffee on the website? You found coffee on there? By next week, I'm going to figure out how to get an alert for whenever somebody buys something from the sponsor. Steal your shoes. What's good, baby? It was bought by Kong or whatever that turned into kind of meh. Oh, man. Well, that means there's space and opportunity for someone to build an open source version of it. Is that what he was talking about? You're taking your first coding class? Hey, clap it up. I'm not a programmer either. I lied on my resume and got my job. So me and you are basically the same. Look at me. You can do better. You can do better. Probably gonna learn sockets. First time learning code is awesome. It started as open source, I think. No, yeah, I remember when we talked about it. That's when I did the research on it to see what it does. And we were talking about that today, like these open source projects that garner a following and a reliable source of users. There needs to be like a pattern where like at a certain point that from this point on, people can't like try and capitalize on it, or they can capitalize on it, but they have to keep the original source code available. Until you run until you're 4K into your code and you run into hello print. Oh man. If a man builds you a beautiful, functional, handmade wooden bench, you're not going to care if he is a classically trained carpenter. Yeah, good point. All right, let's give this one a good old test, shall we? Let's refresh this token. So we've done two things. We removed the time slot, so the time shouldn't be counting anymore. We also have a consistent time now. What's the consistent time? We have a consistent time. We remove the time slot, and we have a consistent time. And then we have a way of updating it. So where's my refresh token? Refresh. All right, boom. All right, tokens refresh. Is what Linux license AAT? That's just GLP, I think. Yeah, but that's what makes it so much better. Steal your shoes. Is the moment where you've struggled, you have 110 tabs open, you're texting your friend, you're trying to explain your problem, you're looking for the exact same person in the planet on the internet who has experienced the same thing you have, and in that moment, the code works. Or it doesn't. But it's that moment that I want to live in perpetually. That constant feeling of I'm 122 tabs away from the answer, to then one day I'm able to just look at my code and say, hey, this is wrong and this needs to be somewhere down here, or this needs to be repositioned here. All right, the countdown has started. Cool. So stream crashed. I hope it didn't crash. All right. But we can go over here. So let's do this. So let's do this real quick. So let's pull up the, not all songs, but we're gonna use the index. We're gonna go here. Yeah. And let's get this on the big screen. Okay. What am I looking for? So let's get the one above. Okay, that's there. That's there. The timer didn't start, so we got to figure out why the timer didn't start. And it might be because that second code was actually better. It's betterer. But the time is up to date. All right, cool. So there goes the rolling song up top. All right, so now in order for us to do this, let me turn this on. Can't hear me? Can't hear me? What y'all can't hear me? Is that what you're saying? Y'all can't hear me? Mm-mm. Well, I'm not talking right now. Okay, okay, so people on Twitch can't hear me. What the hell? Only people on Twitch can hear me? Hold on. So, okay, so people on YouTube could hear me, but people on Twitch couldn't hear me. Interesting. Grimy, can you hear me? On Twitch, I am muted. Interesting. Huh. I don't know what's causing that. What? Okay, hold on. Oh, it has to be something on Twitch. All of my connections are good. That's interesting. And I can see my mic responding. Do I see? Yeah. Interesting. Huh. What was that alert? Hell, I'm curious. Twitch being weird tonight? Yeah. Okay, you guys can go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Come to YouTube. That's crazy. Literally. Steal your shoes. Thank you so much for the follow. All right, we got to test this shit out though. So we're going back Yeah, Robo, you can hear me now, right? I don't want y'all to think I was. That's crazy though, isn't it? Isn't that crazy? And they're using the same system, so it's that's a Twitch thing. That's a Twitch thing for sure. Yeah, we up. We up. We up. That's crazy that y'all can't hear me over there. I just turned on the volume too, and just to check myself. All right, CWS underscore 180. All right, let's test this out. That timer not working. I already know this isn't gonna work because the timer doesn't work. Oh my god, it does work. Timer be damned. Hmm. Oh, there it is. Can y'all see that? Oh, it's not showing up on screen. Hold on. Every day I gotta readjust this. Oh wait, no. I know what I need to do. F12. F12. Get big for Mario. Hey! There it is. Oh wow, I'm surprised that worked. I know, even though I know the bits are broken. Okay, let's see. CWS underscore 31. Damn. All right. Now, these are AI generated games now. Now, okay, now this isn't working. Oh, it is working. Oh, it's working, but it's not. There's an AI generated game for what? Can anyone hear me on YouTube? Damn, that's crazy. YouTube just said fuck it. Okay, one more thing. So we can do CWS underscore 175. YouTube is fine. Okay, perfect. That's actually diabolical because I had a pretty good following on YouTube. I mean on Twitch, and I know on YouTube I think I use the vertical slice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's see. Let's see if this works as well. Yep, there it is, but it's not updating right away, which is kind of annoying. But it goes to the top. So we solved 2 problems today. All right, well we solved the fixed print situation and we got the list to flip. Let's see if we can get it to do it twice though. CWS underscore 32. So notice how even though this golden one was the last one we added, it goes to the top because the person donated with 5 bits instead of the 3 or 1. Now we want to see if someone adds another one. Will the one that's in front stay in front, or will the new one trump it? The verticals the vertical slice on YouTube does gangbusters though. When I have it horizontally, people do not like. YouTube isn't designed to be used to find live streams, but people will use it to find um will use it to find like vertical live streams. I literally went from having 100 views, having like 1 or 2 views, to having 100 views every time I stream on Twitch, on YouTube. Oh, while you're on YouTube, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Since we're all there, appreciate you, Grimy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you are in the lurker race. You can and you can talk freely over here on YouTube. This is low key a glitch. All right, let's see which one goes to the front. Peace of mind. Peace of mind stayed at the top. All right, clap it. Now we just got to figure out how to get the timer going. Okay, so we know this works. No, admittedly, this is something I do specifically. I know that this is something I do specifically, but people watch. I can't explain it. Not a glitch. I use it to avoid ads on Twitch. Dang, man. Well, Rain, you are subscribed, so I guess it's okay. Somebody tells me they use ad blocker. Are you subscribed? All right. I guess it's cool. It's fine. Oh, and it looks like whatever the bug was that was making the number thing restart every time I add one has also stopped glitching. A lot of the stuff might be based on glitches, or the fact that it's not printing everything. Like, there's far less strain on the system right now. All right, so let's go back here and figure out why the time isn't working. Oh wait, can I just show you guys my code from here? That way we can have both things on screen, right? Or I can't put my news up. Oh, okay, this one. Hell no. I found a course. It's the only one I could find, and it's 360p. Oh boy. Hey, but the fact that that's the only one, that might be proof that's all you need, man. That might be proof that's all you need. Okay, let me see if I can get this code on screen for y'all in a meaningful way. because this is gonna be what the game screen looks like. All right, so we're dealing with this headache. And I don't want to force it though, because if I'm still growing on Twitch, I'm just gonna keep growing on Twitch. But the potential is there on YouTube. The potential is there on YouTube. We're on YouTube, Stanley. Not Stanley, Steele. Come to YouTube. Sound works there for some reason. Can't even explain it. All right. So with that being said, oh, sound works on. Oh, everyone, the sound works on Twitch again. Can someone confirm? Well, Steele's just confirmed. Sound does work. Hey, clap it up. Twitch fixed it. That's the weirdest. You know how many people losing their shit right now on Twitch? You know how many people losing their shit on Twitch right now? Like, oh, I can't believe this doesn't work. That was a nice little adventure over there to YouTube. Get the numbers to spike up for an hour for a good 15 minutes. Get some content in there. And I'm telling you, if the only course you could find was from 11 years ago, that's all you need. Wait. Okay. That's all you need. That means it ain't broke, so ain't nobody trying to fix it. I double stream quite often. That's nice. That's nice. Man, you a real one. You a real one, bro. All right, let's figure this out. Export JSON, start count, return format, start count. What does this thing do? Start timer. Why does mine say start count? Oh shit, they're from two different. Song timer. It should be. Where did you come from? Oh, there is one that says start timer. But that is not what's controlling it. It should be this one. So do I have two start counts? Yeah, I don't know what this one is supposed to be doing. This one resets the timer. This one formats. And I've never used the reset timer. Okay, let's just turn it to start count. 11 years ago, Mr. Fizzlebutt. Well, what the fuck is that name? Yeah, it's incredibly tamed by today's standards. Unfortunately, it's incredibly tamed by today's standards. All right, we're gonna just change this from start timer to start count, right? Yeah, I think this is residue from the other code. All right, let's see if so we can stop this. Yeah, the Call of Duty names are weird. Getting beat by a dude. I think the one that makes me laugh the most is when Doctor Disrespect got beat by a dude that said whose call tag was Doctor Kid Inspect cheated on his wife. That was his call tag, and then he killed Doctor Kid Inspect. That was hilarious to me. Arturo, Ira, Ira Tuo. How you want me to say that? What's up? Thanks for the follow, or not follow. Thanks for joining. Okay, does the timer start? All right, the timer does not start. So maybe we leave it the same, and then we new time seconds. Can we add the? I don't know how to convey that. What's starting the timer next? But ironically, they were both counting at the same time at one point. Ooh, I still have it. Hold on. Oh no, we don't need this. We're getting rid of this. Time to clear up this shit. Alright, we can stop this. Dun, dun. Some advice you can give me on programming? Some advice to give you on programming? Just keep typing. Just keep typing. Show up every day and just type. One line, 2 lines, 3 lines. Hell, one day you might show up and delete all your lines. But you just got to keep typing. I wish there was more I could give you. But the answers to a lot of the questions you have, you'll get as you type more. Yeah, persistent passion, as I like to call it. I'm persistently passionate about getting better. Like I wake up with a sense of urgency to be better, and it can be with coding. It can be with, hey, today I want to run the mile in 9 minutes. And from the moment I wake up to the time it's time for me to do that, I'm thinking about it. Hey, I'm gonna drink an extra cup of water, make sure I'm hydrated. I'm gonna make sure I stretch a little bit longer. Hey, today I'm gonna take the stairs because I want to make sure the circuit, like, you persist. Everything you do revolves around improving that aspect. And when you have that much level of focus and persistence advocated to getting better, it happens. It literally happens before your eyes. You want to be me when you grow up. That's the thing. I want you to be better than me when you grow up, right? I don't ever want anyone to be like me. I want people to be better than me. That's what I always tell. Whenever like parents always do that shit. Parents always do that shit whenever I'm in the hospital. Well, you should be like him. I was like, ma'am, you want to have a 6'5", 300-pound black son? You're a 5'3" white woman. I don't think that's the advice you need to be giving him. But if you did want to be anything like me, kid, I'd appreciate it if you'd be better. Because one day I'm going to need someone to take care of me. And I hope you're a lot better than I am. Parents be saying the wildest shit when they see me. Parents be saying the most off the wall wild shit when they see me. I'm like, stop using me as your figuratively good role model. Why don't you be a role model for your kid and leave me out of this shit? Leave me out of it. You say you 21? Oh man, I remember those days. I was a menace to society. In many parts, I still am. Don't worry, your parents are allowed to your parents are allowed to fuck up because they got you this far, right? You just got to remember that it's not your job to take it to the crib. Oh wait, is there something down here that's supposed to be starting it? Client start, await pub sub, bit token, run. Yeah, just don't take it to heart. I don't know. I don't want to be the gold standard of anything. The amount of times I've fucked up. Do you know how many times I've fucked up? Oh God. Hey, what up, Goose? What's up, Goose? Long time no see. How you living? Clap it. Like maybe there's this part of me that's like, nah, because like a lot of people be like, oh yeah, Hero got it out the mud. He did it the hard way. That's why I'm making you suffer as a kid. And I'm like, no, stop. I I grew up not wanting to read because a teacher told me me wanting to read a novel, a Batman novel, wasn't real reading. So I felt ashamed to read because I didn't read real books. By her assessment of me. Nurture. Give them the advantage. Look at nepotism. The Cowboys got beat so badly that an offensive lineman tried to score 2 times on their ass. And the owner, Jerry Jones, is going to sleep tonight with not a worry on his conscience because he's not the one getting in trouble for it. Guess who's in the front office? Jerry Jones Jr., his younger brother and sister, uncle, his brother, and 2 of their other kids are actually on the field working as ball boys already in chain gang. What? Oh, you got the wake up call. Youngest is forever changing his sleep plan. Yeah, I'm. There's 2 things I can say about kids that don't sleep throughout the night. One, they usually are peaceful during the day. But I do feel for those parents. I do feel for y'all. Yeah, I'm fine with nepotism. Nepotism gave me the ability to watch LeBron James' dream come to fruition. He got to play basketball. He got to step on the same court at the same time with his son. That's a fuck. Oh man, what a. Do you know how hard you have to work in order for you to defy all those odds? Like, do you know how good of a player you have to be? How hard you must have worked? How much power you wield to tell owners, whoever drafts me, whoever wants me, draft my son. And then for your organization to blatantly say, if you trade or you go for Bronny James, we will make sure you never get a buyout of a contract. Your players will always get the lowest dollars on trades, and people will avoid you like the plague. Bronny James is ours. Oh man. This girl wakes up at silly o'clock and does an entire day at school with the next to zero sleep. They're made of energy, so they don't even feel that. Made of energy and don't even feel it. Okay. So why do we think this timer isn't accepting it? If not self.timer or not self-timer thread is live, is Oh, liquid gold. Liquid gold. Irani, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Strange Gang. We're trying to fix some shit. This light is annoying me. Sorry, we're going lights out. Dark mode. When would you feel like you achieved all that you wanted to? On my deathbed. Right there. When I physically, mentally can't do it anymore. Then and only then will I ever be satisfied. Shit, I'll pay someone to do it. One of my dreams is to find like some high school punk, juvenile kid, badass, tough edge. And I come to this court case and be like, hey, Your Honor, I'd like to hire this individual, and upon completion of his work with me, if he manages to stay out of trouble and can complete the work and all that, you expunge his records. All right, deal. No, it's not about no rest till you're dead. But you asked me, when would I feel like I've achieved all that you wanted to? And the only way I could say that I couldn't achieve it anymore, or I could never do it again, is if I don't have the ability to do it. But for me, what are my goals? My goals is to be happy. The thing that made me smile from ear to ear when I was 21 is not the. It literally makes me cry today. So happiness is a forever journey. Becoming the best programmer this side of the Mississippi. There's a lot of mother lovers on this side of the Mississippi. Creating content. That's something I do every day. And doing enough of the right things at the right time so that my loved ones can prosper. As long as I have loved ones, I'll continue working at that. So it's not so much like, oh, I'm a Sigma male and I'm going to grind my life away. No. My goals literally should never, your goals should be endless. People who set goals in life don't plan, like, so when you done tying your shoes, what you going to do? Yeah. I've changed careers 3 times. And 2 of the careers, people literally plan their whole lives to try and do it. There's some dude right now on college football with an NIL deal thinking he's the top dog and everything's gravy, and he is not going to see a football field after college. We're using Twitch.io. We're using Twitch.io and we're using another thing. But yeah, I am infatuated with that aspect of growth. All right, so basically the self.timer thread yeah, one thing about being humbled is humble people are people who have been wrong a lot. And I'm wrong a lot. But you learn faster when you have to pick yourself up off the ground. It has to be internal. I wasn't playing about that thing when I wake up. When I wake up, there's a thing that's in the back of... There's a thing... I don't know how to explain this. There's a thing. When I wake up in the morning, there's a thing that I can see, hear. But this is a blind spot on your body. You really can't see this part of your... But for me, when I wake up, there's something there. And it's the thing that I was dreaming about, or the thing that I was thinking about accomplishing for the day. And every time I find myself meandering, or I find myself dozing off, or not really knowing what the fuck I'm doing this for, I just look up at that thing. And I'm like, oh, that's it. So if you always put your goals in your blind spot, it'll force you to check it. It'll force you to be aware of it. Write your goals out on a piece of paper. In my bathroom, my goals are on my mirror. The things that I want to accomplish, my words of affirmation. I put, like, as corny and cheesy as, and every girl that comes over, whether they're getting quality pumps or they're here for business purposes, and they see that, they always say, that is so adorable. That is how I manage not to lose my mind. But yeah, like to be successful, do you think that's normal? There's a reason why there are more losers than winners in this world. Being a winner, being successful, being someone who makes it involves you doing a lot of weird shit. There's a reason why the dude with the that had the leather jacket, cool things, used to sneak out of class. Everyone thought he was cool when you were a kid. Shout out to him. He's a bus driver now. Good for him. Still got the best shoes though. Still got the best shoes. I can't even lie. He does. Had so many damn truancies on his way out of his senior year. He had so many truancies he couldn't graduate. Do you know how dumb that is? Especially since you just had to show up and they give you your degree. Of the 218 days, you just had to show up to 60 days of your senior year. One of those days being your graduation. So 59 working days. So I'm using Twitch.io to create that. Remember that list that was below me, underneath me? I'm using Twitch.io so that when people pay bits, they'll be able to add songs to the playlist. But I use Twitch.io for a lot of stuff. I use Twitch.io for The Perfect Strangers. So that's how I keep track of who's in the chart, who's in lead for that. And then the Perfect Lurker bot. Hey, I'm glad you made it here. Steal your shoes. I'm happy you made it here. Yeah, I really. So no, okay. So the bot will. Okay, so when we on YouTube became partnered, the reward for us becoming partners, I was gonna play Rocksmith on the computer on stream. Rocksmith came with a bunch of games. So you see that list above my head scrolling? That's every available song that I can play in Rocksmith. So so for people who are subscribed or no, I think yeah, it has to be with bits. So on the day of the event, for 100 bits, you can pick a song in blue, I think, right? And then for 300 bits, because those are DLC songs, I have to pay for those. So I'll pay the taxes, you know. I'm a humble, malevolent king. I'll pay the taxes. But then when you pay for that song, for me to stop, and it'll be a subathon, right? So the time in the corner will be counting down. But if I had to stop every time to add a song manually, it would take forever. So now when you guys do it, it'll add it to the list. And then, like, once I play the song, I can just hit done. Boom. Right? And every time you guys add a song, 5 minutes will be added to the song. Added to the counter. Unless you add, like, a priority song. And all priority songs, I think, trigger an hour. Hold on. We can do this. I think I have the rules somewhere. Yeah, there are the rules right there. But and then when your song is added, I will. Oh wait, did I delete the threading? No, I didn't. There's the threading. And then yeah, and it'll just be a fun way for us to engage with the chat. And I secretly want to, and remember, every bot I build on this channel is to help build this channel up. But you could change it from bits to just listening to the chat for words, or you can use it for channel points, right? Because we use channel points for the perfect lurker. Shout out to everyone that went to go watch that video. Woo! Okay, so all right, let's take it from the top. Hey, what up, Pattern? If I'm your favorite, hey, you ain't gotta tell me no lies to make me blush. I'll do it for free. Come on now. The WordPress drama isn't drama. The WordPress drama is simply a deranged king who never felt the warmth of his village. Matt, if someone just gave Matt a hug and patted him on the back and said, "Hey, you know what? You're a better person for not wanting to be batshit rich because of WordPress." It takes a really good person not to let the money cloud their judgment. I'm proud of you, Matt. If someone had did that to Matt, none of this shit would be happening. And this is this is me telling you to go out right now and go find that quiet, lonely person and tell them they're valued and loved. You might stop them from literally destroying their career. If someone just told Matt is suffering from Thanos syndrome. He could have made duplicates of everything. But instead he took half of everything away. The Mad Titan. The Mad Titan. It's truly diabolical. Oh. Okay, I see what the problem is now. It's this return, but I used this to get rid of this, so how do I fix that? Did WordPress go No. So basically, the owner of WordPress, um, has the trademark for WordPress, but there's a bunch of it's open source, so a bunch of people have been using variations of WordPress to make their own things, and basically, there's this company called WP, which is WordPress WP engines, and WP is not part of the trademark, and it never has been. They literally como se dice, and they basically didn't need any, like, they didn't try and enforce it. And for people who know anything about trademark is enforced by the user. So like, for example, my trademark, I own The Stranger. If someone decided to make this their own company and call it Coding with the Strangest Strangers, I could be like, hey motherfucker, I'm gonna sue you. But since they never potentially tried to do this, so it wasn't until fast forward to a couple weeks, and then they basically realize like, oh, these people are making millions of dollars off of something that I made for free. I put way more work into this. They don't put any work into this, or if they put 1/3 of the amount of work into this, they don't notify people about updates. They don't share proprietary information about the stuff that they've improved. I'm gonna take this away from them. Yeah. CW coding with strange engine. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Also, Stranger is a weird name. Yeah, it is, but all of my projects are literally called the Strangers something, so it's a catch tag. But so then from there, he's like, okay, cool, give me 8% of your total revenue, and I won't sue you guys. And they're just like, we're not giving you 8% of anything. Go fuck yourself. And he was like, okay, cool. And now he's been literally tweeting through it, his full emotional spectrum, and he's been having his full-blown meltdown. He's been going on people's streams. He was on the Primogen. He went to Theo's stream, and Theo has literally been begging him to stop. People have been begging him to stop, but it's the equivalent of digging in after you've already hit yes on the "Are you sure?" So for him, he's gonna tweet through it. He's gonna see his way through. And what really needs to happen is we need to change how open source projects are managed. One thing corporate America has figured out, capitalism has figured out, is you don't fuck up the bag. In open source, there is no bag to fuck up because it's free. That's how I got my start. Twitch.io is open source. That's the reason why I'm able to make everything I'm doing on the stream right now comes from open source. But if Twitch.io decided one day to say, nah, fuck what Hero's up to, we need to, regardless of how you do it, if you start off your project with the idea of going open source, you can't go private with it. You can't go private with it, and you can't sell it. It's forever open source. It's forever available. Because when 43% of the websites are being built off of your platform and you take that away from people, I saw a dude pleading with this mad titan. He was on Twitter. Like, could you imagine? You're a millionaire. From scratch, you learned how to make web pages with WordPress back in the 2000s, and now you're pleading with the owner, please don't do this. You will ruin my family. You will ruin my life. Like, I worked my whole life to get to this point, and the owner of the platform that has made you who you are blocks you and says you're part of the problem. Nah. No, and yes, there are rules for that, but once again, because of the open source nature, okay, imagine if we wanted to make a class action lawsuit against Matt and what he's doing. Because of the nature of open source, broke people use it. Hey guys, we're gonna sue the game ownership or take ownership away from this asshole. Can you pitch in money? I'm a struggling college student. I just use it for free. Like, the nature of open source makes it so that it cannot be funded. Therefore, the things to keep it truly open source cannot will also run into funding issues. So the question is, who fights this battle? Who takes on the lead? If WP Engines wants to do this, great. Do it. Lead the way. They did file a lawsuit, but that's a corporation. So the corporation would be doing it. Therefore, us losing access to the open sourceness of it. Because if the company wins, and he does have to, I don't know how he would relinquish it, but once again, we need to. My whole issue and beef was we need to figure out a way of making sure the users, who are the true victims in this, do not aren't being held at the barrel of a gun because because someone didn't tell Matthew he was a loved boy growing up. Right? Gotta love the drama in WordPress. How things going? Hey, yo, what's up? What's up, caveman? The drama it's not, man. I don't even want to call it drama because it's not drama. It's one dude versus the world. It's the equivalent of a dude going on, you know, those shows where they be popping the balloons. Matt went on that show and everyone popped the balloons, and instead of Matt just being like, all right, I guess my wife in this sea of the world is not in this room right now, I'll go look somewhere else. Matt went down the list and told each and last one of them why you deserve me, but I don't want you. No, shut up and listen. You deserve me because I am loving, I am caring, and you don't deserve me. Like, Matt is trying to argue with the internet. I don't know if y'all know this, but the internet is the last place you want to have an emotional conversation. The internet is not mentally equipped to handle Matt's current falling out status. Oh no, it's definitely a midlife crisis. He's giving off the, like, you can tell that he has like this conviction, because whether he knows it or not, is he's like, no, I am smart. People, hundreds of thousands of millions of people use my product. I am right. How could I be wrong? You pause, the way to go. Hey. Facts. Yeah, like the internet is no place to be sharing your emotions. If you need to confide your emotions to me, send it in the DM. Do not send it in the damn chat. Cause if someone goes in there and calls you that's the internet. What were you thinking? But the thing about it is, to use the Drupal, and it's not a bad thing, but imagine building all of your systems and having to do a system migration. Think about the shutdown. What if you're a two-man team? What if you have several clients? Oh man, that's a nightmare. Fuck. There are literally companies that internally don't want to migrate information internally because of the stress it is. At my company, we have 6 servers that have been running this normal narcotic coagulation for figuring out the coagulation of cancer victims' bloods under different types of heparin. And we've been saying for the last 3 years, we're gonna move this, we're gonna move this, we're gonna move this, and every time somebody wants to start the message about, hey, shut up. Shut up. We're not moving it. Everyone in this room knows we're not moving this. Stop talking about it. But no, shut up. All right, so this is basically stopping it for us. So we got to bring this back, but it takes away this. But we do need this to show up one time, so we'll just print it once. And if we just need to print it once, I'm assuming we can print it here. Will it work? Ah! Okay. No, but that's the thing. WP Engine is the true test of open sourceness, right? Oh, it's open source. bro. It's open. Like imagine, and this is why I can empathize with Matt. This is why I can empathize with Matt. Imagine you built something, right? You built it, and you probably made a significant amount. You probably made a few millions off of it, one or two. You made 1 or 2 million. And this open source project is beloved. 43% of the internet uses it. And then some company comes behind you, not even behind you, in front of you, takes your product, puts a wrapper around it, improves it, and makes it automated, and sells it and packages it, and then you get a report saying they make 10 million on it. Yeah, as a professional hater, I get it. But Matt, my brother in business, you aren't a good businessman, because people at Google, I learned this when I went to a Google conference, and this was the best advice I ever heard from Google. A Google employer that I was talking to about my application said, you know, you don't have to work at Google in order to be paid by Google. And I was like, what the fuck? That's a bar. You don't have to work at Google in order to be paid at Google. Explain. He said, basically, all of our startup AI programmers and all of our startup angel investors are ex-Googlers. Having the term ex-Googler attached to your resume makes you a high-value client, because that means, hear me out, you recognize that one of the most powerful companies in the world has a problem. You have solved said problem. Now you're going back to that company to offer them a service. My brother in code, my sister in code. You do not have to work at Google in order to be paid at Google. Google has to pay you a salary. It's in the books, it's registered. There's a salary book. Everyone can read what you're making. But if you come there as a problem solver company, well, you're at the negotiation table. But when I found out that 83% of the businesses that Google buys in their local, so say for example, Chicago has a hub, a business center for Google. 83% of the businesses they reinvest in are people who used to work at Google. I was like, oh, you slippery when wet mother lovers. That's the secret? That's what you've been holding out from us? Oh, yeah, it changed everything for me. I was working at a local marketplace, and they laid off a lot of folks, including me, because of the big housing crash. Then contracted out all of their website Flash clients work to me at $50 an hour, that when before I was only getting $2K a month. Diabolical. Yeah, but that's it. And when I made those 3 web pages for people who had shitty ones. Linus didn't make it. Didn't make Linux. Wait, are you asking me? I work in tech. I work in biopharmaceutical or biotech. But I'm interviewing for a job in to be a data engineer for data science. Yeah, I guess you could say everyone kind of works in tech. Okay, I think that was the only thing that was hurting me, so we can press play on this. Let's see. Ooh, ooh. Ooh. Oh, but it's still going. Line 48. All right, you don't like that? I thought that would be a nice thing. Countdown formatted reference before it's assigned. Fuck. Okay, I need to assign it first. Where else can I assign this though? Now I'm beginning to think I just want to get rid of 50. And just, but I don't know what I would do. Or where else I could put 50. Oh wait, I could put 50 below. Yeah, if I put 50, if I put 48 back below it, it'll print it out over and over again. But I still need it to be formatted. If I move it outside, if I move that formatted time thing outside of the loop. Hold on. What do you want it to do? I just wanted it to tell me it's printing and then the current time is printing out. So I can just see that it's in the right format. But then essentially, this will then be called here so that it starts it before we head over into the pub sub and everything else. But outside the loop. So I can move 48 outside of the loop? Will it recognize that? It will recognize this. But it needs the parameter. How else is it going to know what the time is to format it? Because we need to format the time, so it needs a parameter of the time. And just use current time. Oh. Wait. Where should I put that? Instead of... Why is that censoring you? Instead of seconds, make it current time? Okay. Oh. Because I can call that. But I don't... Ooh. I think this is part of the parameters of this function. I built that. Okay. Current. Or I probably don't have access to it. I don't think I have access to it. Current time. Yeah, I don't have access to it. Oh. Just self. Okay, no current time, just self. So 63 should be format self. Oh Oh wait, shit, I'm updating the wrong one. Damn. See, it should be just self. I was updating. I was looking at the wrong line. Sorry, I was looking at 60. And the seconds because self current. I guess I'm confused why. So self dot current time should equal to that div mode. Because I was under the impression that this was all from their library. This is how they wanted to set up for their library. In the second reference. So you want self.current on the value side of that equation, on the back half of it, for replacing this second. Oh, yeah, I'm not even gonna pretend like I understand why though. What am I looking for? Current time. That's a function. Self. Make current time a class property. What are my class properties? Add a property before the self. I can't have a class within a class? We're doing the matrix. On line 62. Oh wait, I'm writing 62. I guess I'm trying to see where are we taking this idea to? We are going to let the class handle the printing as a property. Yeah, but I don't want it to print. Okay, and then I can export that formatted string, correct? Because that's what I need to export. That's what I'll be exporting. Okay. What time is it? Ah, shit. I was running out of time. Ayo. Oh, man. It's Anonymous. Anonymous, is that you? Long time no see. Thanks for the sub. I was wondering if the election wolves had gotten to you. Appreciate that, but it keeps the values tied together. Okay, excellent. All right, I'll stop complaining then. All right, we're on line 62. I got like 5 minutes. All right, I'm tired. No more arguing. Also, if it's easier for you to write this in Discord, you can write the whole thing in Discord if you want. You can send me a message on Discord. That way you're not being hindered. What am I looking for? I need to see. Yeah, so we fixed the flip on it. We fixed the flip on it already. We removed the print, but when we removed the print, it hurt us. Which channel? You can put it in the code in the help section. Hey, yo, what's up, type error? Because the time up there is oh, it's wait, no. Is this is our political anonymous person. We have two anonymous people here. We have Anonymous who talks to us through gifted subs, and then Anonymous who is just who just only gives political people. So if it's Anonymous that only talks to us via politics, that's the first one. The second one was the person who talked to us anonymously through chat, through gift subs. Chilling, having an early 200,000 karaoke session with my girlfriend. Hey, clap that. Clap it up. Then add new line before that. But right now, you just need to add the property at to line 62. All right. Then add new line before that. Okay. So I'll add that new line above 62 at. Property. Could be the same and not. No, because like that's why it kind of threw me off, because that anon only talks to me via subs, so they don't really say anything in general. But there is one that specifically always starts off by donating to like a political like Trump boobies or Sleepy Joe, something of that nature. So that's why I was like, oh, it's political anon. But then they responded again with it's me. So now I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Is it? Wait, so now anywhere that self.format time was used, it doesn't need the current time. So I can just put self in all of these places. Like here. So it can, and now it'll only take self. Is that like I just did on 65? No? Okay. Undo, undo, undo. I got too excited. My bad, my bad. Remove the self. And then, what's this telling me? It's an int, it's a number. Python is too easy. It's like cheating when programming with it. I mean, that's easy for someone who's a 10 times programmer. But it's very clear to me, since Python was the language that I chose to just throw everything to the wall, try and make it stick. The JavaScript and the CSS and the HTML version of my code is way more functional than my Python code. It's actually terrifying to know that I've spent more time with Python but don't have as good as an understanding as I did the other one. So your export function, let's go there. My export function. Update timer. Alright, so yeah, this is what it'll do. It'll go to the update timer file. It'll open up the file, and then it'll write the string of the current time. Oh yeah, there it is. And it'll be formatted correctly. Oh, that's gonna be a blast. What are you using? Ooh, what are you using to do that? Because you can make your own, or are you going third party, like a plugin? Okay, so now I can just put the self. Okay. Self dot format. Give me my power. Oh, wait, shit. Wrong thing. Hey, what's up, Taurus? Line 50 can be removed. Oh no, too many lines. Hold on. Line 50. Hey, yo, what up, Fresh? And we in here, we doing the damn thing. I'm putting Keyron to work. Line 50 can be deleted. Where's 50? Oh, wait, okay. So you made me put this below here. And you gave it a property function. Property attributes functions to be used for getting attribute values. So the property value gave me the ability to use format before. Does the property value give me the ability to use a function prior to it being defined? As long as I pinpoint where it should be? Is that what that does? High-level languages are easy if you aren't directly toggling bits into memory via a toggle switch. Oh yeah, you on some real shit right there. It basically makes current time and formatted time formatted as a string. Okay, my hypothesis was incorrect, so I'm not gonna dwell on it. Let's give it the good old college try. Okay, and then I guess I don't need this print statement anymore. Oh wait, If I put it outside, hold on. Do I have access to it? Not at all. Nope. Alright. Get fucked. Alright, let's see what the good old college tried is. No errors. $54 replaces formatted itself. Okay. Makes 55 cents is committed. Make that 55 since you commented. Okay. Alright, let's see what happens. Hey, look, the counter changed. Ooh. Is it? I need to click on it though. Alright, pull it on screen. Is it counting? It is counting. Hey, clap it up. Well done. It was meant for me to get back on your stream. I'm stuck between Python and C hashtag. Go with Python. Oh wait. What do you want to do? Kirion, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I would have probably, you know what I was gonna do? I was gonna remove the print statement and then just handle the conversion outside of it. Outside of the class. I was gonna just return the string and then handle the function because it was causing too much confusion. Okay, but we can check that off the list. What's left? Fix countdown. So countdown's done. We've already reversed the list. Cybersecurity and build apps for businesses on a large scale. I think that's a Python gig. You're gonna need a bunch of automations to do your penetration testing, network and backend infrastructure, data. I feel like that's a Python call right there. But to be fair, I don't know what C hashtag can do. I know it's one of the granddaddy languages with the C compiler and all of that cool shit. I feel like C hashtag's next on the list. I might feel differently in 1 year. Businessman there, drink my wine, plowman, dig my earth. We're gonna do our first hacker. I actually know of a bug that's on YouTube right now that I've been really waiting on to do, and we're gonna do it together. And if I get paid for it using y'all's help, oh, you're seeing, oh yeah, that's right, you can see the songs. That's right, you can see the songs. Okay, this is ugly. Why come I can't? Okay, but it's too big. That's just what the problem is here. Let's change this. Not minutes. Hold on. Where's the format? Is that the format? No, this is the format. Okay, that's ugly. Why come up here? Or can I just take this one? What is this one? Format time and second. There's two formats. Yeah, I'm gonna steal that one up there. What does this format do? Who's using you? You're outside of the function. Are you using this? Who's using this? You're at the top of the program. Who the fuck is using this? Nobody's using this. Okay, we're gonna steal this though. I feel like this one looks way better because then it'll be two digits at the end of each one, which looks way cleaner than F12 will show me who's using it. The fuck? No one's using it. All right, but okay, but we're still in this. All right, I'm gonna put you on ice real quick. But we're still in that time code. Oh, you know what that's from? That's from the Spotify. When before we were using Spotify to get the actual length of the songs to add to the timer. So when you get a song, you'll add it to the timer. But and who was there yesterday when the Spotify revoked my keys? And I didn't want a situation where it revoked it again later on. So we just scrapped it and just said we took the average and added 5 minutes. Okay, so it's the int. I think this version is gonna be better. So it should give me 2 number seconds, 2 number minutes, and then 2 number hours. All right, let's run it back. Let's see how much cleaner it is. Why would it give me 3 digits at the end? What is this? What is this? That says 2 right there. And oh wait, how do I pop things off of a function? No, that won't work here. Okay, I gotta Google this. How do you pop shit off the edge? I'm missing a F string. Oh wait, oh it's because I was scrolled right. Yeah. Yeah, we about to head out. As soon as I figure out how to get this. Oh shit. It's not a number. It's the second. It's the second, y'all. Let me calm the fuck down. It's the second. It's the second, y'all. I'm being I'm being overly aggressive because I'm not reading out my functions. There it is. Look, we got it. There it is. Good old Python doing me justice. Okay. All right, was there anything else I was concerned about? We fixed the auto scroll. These days, I just ask Claude for most things I need to program. Too lazy to do it myself. One day, if I'm good enough, one day I hope I can do that. All right, let's give it the final test. It's running right now. The clock is running. Oh shit. Okay, we gotta pay attention to the clock. We need to see if it will add time to the list. That's the one thing we haven't confirmed yet. Also, that last song that was playing was a bop, so we're gonna hit that on repeat real quick. Play it again. All right, moment of truth. Here we go. Okay, what's the word I'm thinking of? CWS underscore 175. Wait, I can't bits? Are you kidding me? It's telling me I can't use my bits. Have no fear, your bits will return. What the fuck does that mean? Can you guys see your bits? Man, Twitch is really glitching today. Oh wait, never mind. Here's my. No, but it won't let me click on it now. What the hell? Is anyone having trouble seeing their bits? Get some rest. We'll be right behind you. Okay, wait. It's working. We're gonna get one. It did add 5 minutes to the clock. The time did go up. So the function completed. Did the screen update? And the screen updates. Hey. The screen updates. No. Don't. You can't. You gotta put a song. You gotta pick a song from the top. You can't just give bits. You have to actually pick a song. Anyone can do this, but don't do it. We're still testing. But if you do help out, I'll give you a free song. And there's only 2 people that have songs right now. You need to write that. Captain and Fizzy gave me 9 cents. And I think, Robo, didn't you give me one? I think Robo did. If he didn't, he'll tell the truth. All right, one more. Let's give it a good old college try. CWS. What's up, Keisha? How you doing? You calling me Pookie? Keisha, don't be talking gently to me now. Don't be talking gently to me now. It's late night. CWS. So then we can go 31. The combination we would need for this is 3. Nice. Interesting. Okay, now we have a problem. What's the actual song? 75 bits received, but nothing. Damn it, I gotta. Found 3 cheers. 31. According with string. Oh shit. Oh, okay, I see what happened. Peep game. It was CWS underscore. It's supposed to be CWS underscore. I went minus. So all it did was take the last donation that the very same person made and made 3 more of the same donation. That's actually hilarious. So if you submit a song and you do it incorrectly, it will give you credit towards songs you already have, and it'll make it show multiple times. Interesting. Graduated to Python. Actually, I'm coming back to say hello to my baby mama. She's my original baby mama. You know, we hit a rough patch. We met at a young, vulnerable point in our lives, and I was really immature. She was right. I needed to grow up, so I had a thing with JavaScript. JavaScript had 2 kids though, HTML and CSS. They's a handful. HTML is pretty cool, but CSS is super animated, super creative, a lot going on with that kid. But I did some growing up, you know, and now me and Python, we back together, and things are going good. Things are going good. All right, so let's try this again. Coding with strangers underscore correctly 31. That's actually brilliant. But we do have to figure out how we're gonna do that. Like, if don't like, I thought there was an else statement that took care of those things, so we got to test that out. 1, 2, 3. How's how was your experience working your previous career? I loved it. I worked in healthcare. It's something about helping people, you know, get a second chance at life. Very fulfilling. All right, there it is. So we got the extra song now. Let's see if the bonus song works. But yeah, the reason why I opted to make the career change was just because I spent so much time working on computers. I just felt like I needed to know more. 3. All right, and then this 5th one. I wasn't paying attention, but the time update? Have we been talking for like 10 minutes? You want the name of this song that's playing right now? Or are you trying to figure out what this bot does? Okay, let's see if let's pay attention to the time and make sure the time updates. That's 4, here's 5. Yeah, okay, the time updated there. It added 5 minutes. And this song should jump to the top of the list. There it is. All right, clap it. I can get you the name of the song. Once I figure out what the song was. Oh, it's okay. It's a drill remix of a song by Blink 182. I don't know where I got this song from, but if it's on this playlist, if it's on this playlist, all you have to do is put this song into YouTube and you should find it. Put the song into YouTube just like that. All right, now let's see if we can get the song to scroll. And since we know of the little cheeky trick, we're just gonna use that again. CWS 1. But we gotta remove. So we found a new bug. New bug. Bits give songs more if bits I do my best work under pressure. Happy I could help. When you give bits incorrectly, message alert, don't push bits. Yeah, okay, so we got to just fix that. Okay, so but we know that this will work for right now, so we can take advantage of it. and it should. So it should, it'll say, it tells me that there's nothing found, but it still does the work. So now we're looking at those 3 blue ones. It should be 4 now. Oh no. Oh, it actually duplicates the last one. Oh shit. So yeah, that's a cheese mechanic right there. It actually duplicates the last one you could get. Oh, that's funny. Let's do it one more time. Okay, what about if they just put CWS? CWS, no number. No number CWS, and they give a bid. It should technically work. It should duplicate it again. It should be 3 now. Yeah. Okay. Now, oh fuck. What if you, oh, hey, look, it starts rotating on its own. I forgot about that. What if you just give bits? So we got 3. So what if you give bits with no song at all? What happens then? Coding with strangers was not found in the message of one cheer. This is true. Oh, it added 4. Okay, yeah, we gotta fix this. Oh man. All right. Which one is this one? At least the buttons are working for that. But yeah, this is we're close. We're like we're probably do it this weekend. That shit's looking clean. I think we'll have it ready for this weekend. And now you have this clearer version, so when I'm playing the guitar, you can see actually what I'm doing. Because I'm definitely going to be playing like this. Unless I'm trying to get serious. Oh, the reason why time wasn't added was because it didn't create a profile. Oh, okay, so that works. So it does know not to take it, but the bits don't know not to take it. That's interesting. That's interesting. All right. Hey, clap it. That's successful. That's successful. That's not bad. I did want to say thank you so much to my sponsor. I want to send a quick shout out to my sponsor, Zest. Talked about it early on in the beginning of the stream. They reached out to me like 2-3 weeks ago. Reached out to me like 2-3 weeks ago. They were super like adamant about how much there's like energy drinks and all of this stuff and coffee, but like as you guys know, I live a pretty healthy life, so I like working out. But also coffee, I can't drink coffee because it makes my hands shake. Shaky hands when you're trying to do surgery doesn't look good. And also coffee just has so much processed stuff in it. So they reached out, they were like, oh, well, we're like no GMO, gluten free, no coffee staining your teeth, stuff like that. And I was kind of skeptical because this is my first sponsorship. So I was like, yeah, you know what, I might have passed. They're like, well, why don't you try it for a few weeks and then let us know? And I tried it for a week, and for the past week, I've been using this as like a supplement to whatever I used to do to try and stay awake throughout the day. You know me, I'll be quick to go take a nap down in the morgue at the hospital, but I don't have to do that for the last week and a half. I drink this in the morning, either cold or hot, keeps me up. It's packed with 135 milligrams of caffeine, and it has L-theanine, which helps you from not crashing, and it also helps you from not being jittery and feeling that the shakes, as they like to call them. So I went out, grabbed their Super Berry Samba Green Tea, which is this joint right here. And I mean, it packs a punch, and I've really been enjoying it. So I made a promise to myself that I would only take sponsorships from people and things that I use and I believe in. And I'm probably not going to sleep anytime soon, but I'm on call tonight. So I have it in the cup right now. It tastes actually amazing. It actually tastes amazing. So I'm a big fan of it. If you do want to try it, if you're like, oh man, Hero, can I get this? I was like, yeah, you guys should be able to get this. But not only should you be able to get this, but you guys can get up to 20 to 40% off anything you buy in the store based on selected items or your subscription with my link in the description or in the comment section right now. In addition to that, if there's something that doesn't pop up but you're at the end of your or you're at the checkout and you're like, I'm not sure if Hero's code is working, just put in coding with strangers, all one word, coding with strangers capitalized, and it'll apply whatever discount I have to your cart, right? So you guys get the same discount I got. I buy this stuff off the shelf. It's actually pretty good. I'm really impressed with it. I have 2 other sample packers that I'm going to be talking about, but for those late nights when you got to get stuff done or early mornings to pick yourself up, the Super Berry Samba Green Tea, you can't go wrong. All the kick of coffee and energy drinks with none of the crash and none of the stained teeth. I mean, what more can you want? What more do you need? What more do you need? Right? So if you want that, once again, hit the link in the description below or at the checkout, put coding with strangers, all one word, capital letter. Going back up on the shelf. Hey, that fell down, but it's okay. The sponsorship, the commercial's over. Commercial's over. All right, let's talk about the winners and the losers. Was that Mob Zombie theme? No, that was Mob Psycho. Mob Psycho. Same, close, very close. Mob Psycho. Congrats on the sponsorship. Hey, I appreciate that. If you check out the link, let me know if you grab something. I got my first sale today. I was so happy. So happy. Credits. Yeah. We accomplished so much today. Where's my music thing at? Accomplished so much today. Oh, wait. What? Oh, it crashed. That's crazy. I was like, where did my stream deck go? Does it have sugar in it? No, it's tea. So it's just the milligrams coming in. Let me check. Ugh. How much sugar comes in it? I got the bag. No, it's all natural. No sugar, no GMOs. So you don't have to worry about the ingredients. Is green tea, tea extracts, safflower flower, natural passion fruit flavor, natural strawberry flavor, natural Asica flavor. No GMOs. No GMOs. Only composite ingredients would be caffeine, which is 35 milligrams, and L-theanine. Yeah, this one tastes amazing. This one actually tastes amazing. Like, I'm drinking it right now, and I'm supposed to be trying to go to sleep in 10 minutes. So, if I had to recommend one, it'd be this one, and I have 2 other ones. One based on your immune system, and it's gluten free. Wow, I forgot about that. And another one based on what's called. And with and I know for a fact with this one you'll get 20% off. That at checkout. I know that one because that's how much I bought this one for. Yeah, great for studying the wake me up, pick me up. All right, do we got our? Yeah, we got power back. All right, clap it. We got power back, baby. Nobody said life was easy, baby. Hey, my name is Hero. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Oh wait, shit! I didn't find someone to raid. I'm not a good streamer. I'm not a good streamer. You know what it is? It's because I'm out of sync. We were doing I had to do the ad read. Nah, the pleasure was all mine. And hey, I'm happy you made it here. Can't wait to hear about your journey while you're learning. Should be super fun. Have we seen Ear? We haven't seen Ear in a minute. I'm honored. I am honored. I feel like we haven't rated Ear in a long time. Let's go see what Ear is doing. Okay. So as far as today has been concerned, we accomplished a lot. Shout out to Kieran to helping me out. Hey, here's the Discord. You want some merch? We got the merch. Coding with Strangers. Ear's offline. Fuck. Kieran, thanks for the second save. Ear, I know you heard me thinking about you. And when I catch you, Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky, when I catch you. Damn it. Okay. Oh wait, you know what we should do? Hold on. Oh wait, I guess I could keep talking. Here's the comic book that I said that I'm going to before the end of the year, we are dropping book 3. I don't know when, I don't know how. Everything's so busy, everybody's so tied up, but we're going to figure out a way of doing it. So there's that. But like I said, also there was the link for that. So who was the winners and who's the loser for the perfect stranger? There goes our raid message. Here's some people that I watch when I'm not streaming. Let's go see if there's someone in the. I'm also part of the. I'm also a founding member of the Justice League. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a founding member of the Co-working Coding Club, C3 for short. So if you're like, if you want to get into streaming or you've been thinking about building a community in coding, you should definitely join that club. Do I have a link for that? It'd be great if I had a link for that. Yeah, that's something I should probably make a link for. I actually don't have one. Yeah, so I'll make a link for that. But if you're looking for it, it's going to be in the bottom section of my what's it called, Discord, of my screen, or in the comment sections. I promise you guys, as I do this, I'll get better. I'll get better. I'll be better. What song is playing right now? All right, let's see who's streaming right now. Ooh, there's a lot of people live. But who's streaming something that we can use? Coding. Am I the only person streaming coding right now? It's their first time streaming. They're playing a video game. Let's see. This is somebody from the community. They better not let me down. They're a liar. It's not their first stream. It's so hard to pick. Oh wait, Booyah's on. Alright. No more tough decisions. Booyah, Grandma is live. So we are finally saved. And he just started. Excellent. Give him a boost. Alright. I know this took longer than expected. I'm a pro streamer, guys. I don't want to hear it. But now at least I have enough time to take all of the rank loaded messages. Right? But like I said, it's been awesome. Today was a great day. Very productive. Sorry I was late. If I'm late one more time this week, we will well, we're already having a weekend stream because we're going to finish this game. Or finish this bot so that we can have it ready for the game. And what else? And yeah, I'm on call, so I'll be grinding it out. You guys take good care of yourselves.